Alright, so this is my 2020 speech. In years to come, we will remember 2020 for a lot of things. We will remember all of our hopes for the year and then what actually happened. 2020 has been a crazy year so far. We almost went to war with Iran, there were bushfires in Australia, the coronavirus shut down the world, which led to quarantine for millions of people. The protests and riots going on right now have become out of control, and the global economy around the world isn't achieving the numbers it once did. And there's just a lot of uncertainty, fear, and stress going on for a lot of people because of it all. There's no end in sight for all this madness, which is scary for a lot of people. I would have to agree, this has been a crazy year so far. I've heard from a lot of people that they've had so many plans for this year be squashed by the events happening right now. I think that despite all that is happening, we can still be productive and accomplish our goals for the year. What is happening makes it hard for all of us to do what we want, but we are still able to do what we want. We shouldn't let things stop us. Throughout quarantine, I've been talking to friends over FaceTime and the phone, getting together with friends from a distance, finishing school, working on my community service letter, and earning it, doing outdoor activities such as rafting, suntanning, learning new skills such as suturing and exercise. Well, exercise is not something I've learned, but just done. I'm even finishing up on my Eagle Scout project, and there's just plenty to do. There are ways we can make the best of our situation instead of just sitting around and just letting everything happen. Oh, jeez, sorry, it just paused. I believe that it is important to remain productive even when our society is telling us to shut down and do everything from home. This is because without people trying to make a difference in our society, especially now, we will need a lot of recovery time when all of this is back to normal. What can we do during all this? Well, we can do a lot. But before we get into that, safety and health come before everything else. Some things to consider doing would include things like taking care of yourself physically and mentally, donating to charities and food shelves, volunteering socially distanced edition, FaceTiming and calling friends and family, learning something new, spending time outdoors, camping, working on long-term goals, taking part in the peaceful protests going on, shaving your head bald for fun, becoming more connected with your faith, working on merit badges, going on road trips, picking up a hobby of some sort, etc. The list goes on and on. Years into the future, we will be talking about 2020 as a year where the world came tumbling down. We will also be asking ourselves, what did we do to help make all of this a little bit easier? Since we have more time to accomplish what we wouldn't have been able to in a normal everyday situation, what did you do? Did you sit around and do nothing for this whole thing? Or did you do something about it? I think another huge part is realizing that we are all in this together. Right now, more than ever, we need unity in order to get through this. We are all human and we all have feelings. Some of us are taking it harder than others, which is totally okay. It is okay to be sad and upset about the whole situation. It is tough, but people always find a way to make a bad situation better. Things like keeping in touch with friends, checking up on them, showing empathy towards others, social distancing, and not adding to the chaos that already exists really helps make the situation better. I also think it is important to make plans for when everyone can go back to their regular lives. I think that if people don't make plans for when this is over, it kind of makes people lose hope. That this is like the new reality and that the reality they once cherished and knew is gone forever. And that there's like no light at the end of the tunnel. I have a lot of things planned for when all this is over. Things like hanging out with friends without having to worry about social distancing. My last year of high school, traveling, going out in public without the fear of COVID-19, going to a restaurant without having to curbside pickup, and a lot more. I've said a lot about being productive, but also being unproductive is okay too. just having this opportunity to just unfold and take a break from our everyday lives is kind of nice for some people. Watching a movie, kicking back, listening to music, even catching the 2 o'clock rays of sun is great. But staying productive is just that above and beyond step. I do not think that 2020 has been the worst year. I think that 2020 is as bad as we want it to be. In order to make 2020 a better year, we need to want to make it better and do something about it.